Hey, Shannon.
Hi, Jen. It's great to meet you.
Great to meet you in person. So this is the area, right, that we discussed?
Yes. So my husband and I recently moved in and we're having trouble with the sloped front yard. We're not sure what to do with it. It's hard to maintain. We can't really take a lawnmower to it, so we've just been using a weed whacker to get at the little bit of grass that's there. So yeah, we're not sure what to do.
Well, do you know what was here before?
So we saw an old photo where it looked like the previous owners had built a garden bed with some mulch and a few bushes, but it wasn't here when we moved in. I'm not sure why they got rid of it.
Right. Well, it is very difficult to maintain a slope that's this steep. There's a lot of erosion happening. I mean, you could see where they tried to throw grass seed down, but with it at such a steep angle, it just looks like it washed out. And it looks like it's a nightmare to try to maintain.
Yes.
So what I would like to do is soften the slope. So this whole area I'd like to regrade and just cut some of the harshness of how steep it is. And then we come through after that's all set and then plant with plants that are going to help stabilize the slope. And then add a little curb appeal too. I mean, there's a lot of traffic going by. It'd be nice to have some kind of barrier between you and the road.
Definitely. That sounds perfect.
Awesome. So I'm going to go grab my tape measure. I'll be back and then we can figure out how many plants we need.
All right, great.
All right. Okay, so I've already called out 811, and that's gonna notify about all utilities in the area, and it's a good thing because there is a gas line right here. And my guy Frank is gonna come in with a mini excavator, but we're gonna hand dig around the gas area.
Perfect.
Okay, so let's measure up the slope. Between 10 and 12 feet, we can make a mark there. And then let's go this way. All right, maybe one more. This will just be a reference line. All right, so when he comes in, I'm gonna have him start working from the top down and then softening this.
Sounds good.
All right. Shannon, I want to introduce you to Frank.
Hi, Frank.
Hi.
He is my excavator and will be working the front slope for us today. So let's talk about what you and I discussed.
Sure. So we brought our mini excavator in today with a cleanup bucket, a smooth edge bucket, which will enable us to reshape a bit and soften it so we can do additional planting.
Okay.
And then we're gonna work from the driveway over to this way and work our way out. So why don't you get started up here and then we'll take these flat edge shovels along the sidewalk and clear it and refine the sidewalk edge.
Perfect.
Okay. Nice. Okay, Frank, I really like how this is looking. Perfect. Maybe just shave a little bit more off of this area.
Yep.
And then we'll follow this line.
Okay.
And then I'm thinking start right there, and then we'll just end the work here.
Okay.
And then this could all just fade into how it is.
Sure.
Frank, I really like how you carved into the slope. You really took off that hump, the lump at the end, and created this shelf, essentially.
We did. Glad we could help out. With a little bit of diversion there with the swale, it should spread some of the water from just heading for the sidewalk, and it'll benefit the plants.
And that's what we were looking for, slowing down the water flow. So next up, we're going to look at plants that are going to help with that as well. And your duties are done here, sir.
Thank you.
All right,
you.
thanks for coming to help.
Good luck. Enjoy it.
So Jen, tell me about my new plants.
Okay, this whole middle section, this is called Panicum Virgatum. It's a switchgrass. They're going to help stabilize this slope. So what the root system is gonna do underneath, it's very extensive. They're all gonna knit together, and on top, they're all gonna come together eventually as one mass. So erosion control at its finest.
Perfect.
They're gonna get about 4 feet tall, and then they're gonna sway in the wind, and they're gonna have texture and height.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be beautiful. Here we have this little limelight hydrangea. I have 3 on this side and 3 at the other end, and they are gonna get about 4 feet wide by 4 feet tall. So they're gonna be comparable to the grasses to kind of do their thing together. They bloom about July time all the way to the end of the season. So constant blooms. And so this is the start of the shelf area that Frank sculpted out for us. And the purpose, again, to slow the water down. And we have 3 endless summer hydrangeas. They're the blue ones. You can see the remnants of that. I think your husband likes that one.
He does.
So we have those 3, and they're gonna also get like 4x4 or 5x5. Up at the top, we have a Japanese threadleaf maple. That's gonna get about 8 to 12 feet around. And at the end, we have 3 limelight hydrangeas, not the little limelights, but the limelights, and they're gonna get 8 to 10 feet tall. It's gonna block that busy road for you, just give you a little bit of privacy and screen.
Perfect.
What do you think about the layout?
I love it. It's perfect.
What do you think about digging holes?
Let's do it.
All right, come on. All right, I'm gonna show you how I want them planted. So basically, go to the plant, take it out. And the reason I dug these small holes first is because they were rolling down the hill. So just make sure it's nice and wide, right? Then I'm gonna go over here to the compost, grab a nice shovelful, chuck it in the hole, grab a handful of starter fertilizer, throw it in, and then incorporate it with the existing soil. And then you could just bang the sides like this, pull the plant out, and then loosen up the roots so they're not growing in a circular fashion. You see how they get all clumped up right there? And then just tease it a little bit, and then go back to the hole. They could be a little bit high because we're gonna mulch it a little bit, and then just backfill. What do you think?
Perfect. Sounds great.
Yeah, and you can just tuck in around the edges so it's a little stable and in place.
Sounds good.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a couple because it's really dry looking. Look how long these roots are. So they're gonna help you from washing out into the street.
Definitely.
So the bigger plants, the same thing, Shannon. You just see how they're just so root bound.
Yeah.
Just break them up and it'll encourage the growth to go out. Otherwise, they'll keep growing in a circle. That one actually looks a little low. Pull it up like that and then tuck it in. Yeah.
Okay.
Plants would rather be higher than lower.
Okay.
I also wanted to have the plants a little bit further back from the driveway for your sight line of pulling in and out. So we're gonna plant the Japanese maple next. First, I want you to pick a face. So I'm gonna spin it.
That looks good right there.
1, 2, 3. It does go with the angle of the slope.
Perfect.
All right, nice job picking the face.
Nice.
I already threw compost in the hole, so we could start backfilling it. It's mulch time. This is leaf mulch, and so it breaks down. It's gonna add a lot of nutrients to your soil. I'm gonna apply about 2 to 3 inches.
Okay.
And if it gets too much around the base of the plants, we'll just move it away with our hands at the end. All right, so I think we have accomplished what you called in for, right?
Definitely.
You have a beautiful hillside now, but it's also functional. It has erosion control that Frank made the nice step in it. It's gonna slow the water and the runoff down, and then these plants are really gonna lock it in. We've added a curb appeal, and it looks beautiful.
How do I take care of them?
It's a very good point, because you have to keep it looking beautiful. The maintenance, it's gonna be easy because the grasses and the limelight hydrangeas, they both require pruning at the same time in February, March. Whenever it's like before the new growth starts to emerge. The limelight hydrangeas, they bloom off of new wood, so that's the best time to cut them back and shape them. And then the grasses, you want to cut to 2 to 3 inches high before the new growth emerges so you don't chop off the tops.
Perfect.
Okay, one more thing, the endless summer hydrangeas, they bloom on new and old wood, so prune them at the end of the season, just deadhead them when they're done flowering, and then let the Japanese maple go.
Perfect.
Watering. Just water throughout the end of the season. You're gonna wanna add some drip irrigation on the shrubs and the tree. Grasses you could probably hit with sprays, but address that next year.
Okay.
And then maybe top dress with an inch of the leaf mulch and you'll be all set.
Awesome. Thank you again.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, take care.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.